Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Dirk Beveridge, founder of Unleashed WD and the executive producer of We Supply America. And we are here for week 4 of We Supply America. And I cannot wait to introduce you to the people and the story of Dakota Supply Group, DSG, who we are featuring in week 4 of season 2 this week of We Supply America. Now, we're coming to you in air quotes live on this Thursday. And I put it in air quotes because we're actually, for the first time, recording this a day before, because I am down in Florida and Hurricane Ian is on its way. Thank goodness we are on the Atlantic coast between Jacksonville and Daytona, and this storm is due to come here tomorrow, Thursday, when this is going live. So we are anticipating electricity and internet out, and we wanted to make sure that we got this out. And our thoughts and prayers are with everybody along the western coast and all of Florida that are being impacted by this devastating storm. So here we are live, week 4 of We Supply America season 2, to feature just a fantastic purpose-driven company in Dakota Supply Group, DSG. And in just a bit, we're going to have 2 fantastic leaders of DSG join me. We're going to have the president and CEO, Paul Kennedy, and we're going to have the COO, Chief Operating Officer, Mike Marisoni, join me as well. So let's get week 4, We Supply America season 2 underway, and let's roll the trailer for the season. Here we go. In a post-pandemic world, leadership is being redefined. Forces outside of our control and forces within our businesses are calling us to be different leaders than we were going into the pandemic. Both new and veteran leaders throughout distribution are showing the way forward. These leaders are the noble generation. These leaders we need to meet. This is We Supply America, Season 2. So here we are, season 2, We Supply America. And by the way, as you're coming in, please, in the comments, let me know that you're here. Let us know what you think as the video rolls and the conversation that I have with Mike and Paul, and we'll be sure to get back to everybody in the comments. But, you know, we started last summer to go across this country from sea to shining sea to absolutely champion the backbone of America, the noble calling of distribution. Independent, family-owned, and employee-owned distribution businesses, because I truly believe, as you've heard me say before, that we don't have in our society what we have without you all. And the stories of your businesses, these businesses like DSG, and the individuals that you are about to meet, I absolutely believe down to my core it's important that we tell these stories for so many reasons. So, sea to shining sea, over the last 2 summers, I've traveled over 31,000 miles in the We Supply America RV. I visited 59 different distributors. The favorite part of what I do is when I get into your businesses. And I get to meet your employees where they work. Not in a boardroom, not in a formal conversation, serendipitous conversations to learn about the person, the individual. the culture that they help create in the organizations. I have a chance to hug and even to cry and to laugh and to listen to the employees throughout distribution. We've made 16 documentary films. You're going to see one of them here in just about 15, 20 minutes. We've had over 1 million. It's blowing my mind. We've had over 1 million social engagements over the last 18 or so months as people continue to take this platform of We Supply America and champion it along with us. And honestly, we could not do this without our sponsor, Infor, who simplifies technology and ERP platforms for organizations. And as I say, they saw this vision last year on nothing more than on a napkin. There was no formal business plan. It was an idea on a napkin, and they bought into the idea and have been with us all along. And so from the bottom of my heart to the entire team of Infor and Infor Distribution, thank you so much. And with their help, we've been able to cross the country again over the last 2 years. Here are the different businesses, the different distributors, and one manufacturer that we've had a chance to stop at today, or excuse me, this summer, to hear these stories and have led to us featuring these 8 distributors to tell their stories in season 2. So today, week 4 of We Supply America season 2, we are going to feature, as I say, the fantastic organization and people of Dakota Supply Group. So with that, what I would love to do is I'd love to bring in our 2 guests to meet DSG before we roll the film in just a few minutes. So let me pull Let me pull Paul Kennedy into the show, the president and CEO of DSG, and Mike Marisoni, the COO of DSG. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today, and welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, Dirk, great to be with you. Really is. Been looking forward to this day for a long time.
As have I, man. Thank you. Mike, great to see you, my friend.
Yeah, good to see you too, Dirk. Great to see you again. And yeah, we're really looking forward to this. The whole company is excited.
Awesome. I'd love to hear it. In fact, I can't do it. Guys, just before I came on LinkedIn, I saw one of your employees, I think a payroll specialist maybe, took our post and forwarded it and said, this. This is the type of company I work for. Is your company people-centric? And so I see some of the excitement of your people. And she's actually using the post, to recruit people to DSG. I love that. So I hope that excitement continues, you guys. Yeah. So
absolutely will.
Yeah, guys. So could I ask you to just introduce DSG, Dakota Supply Group, to us, and then maybe to each of yourself? Paul, can I ask you to do that for us?
Absolutely, Dirk. I'll start off. And so I'm Paul Kennedy, President and CEO. But I guess more importantly, I've got the honor of being the Chief Culture Steward of DSG. And that's what keeps me going every day and energizes me every day. So DSG is a employee-owned, 100% employee-owned company. We have 961 associates spread across 52 locations across the upper Midwest. We're a diversified supplier of products and solutions to the trades and to help drive the American economy.
Yeah. Mike, how did he do there? Because, I've been saying 850 employees because that's what I've heard. And now I hear 961. Some things have been going on, guys, since I was up there. Like, what's been going on?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So I'm Mike Marisoni. I'm our COO. And some things have changed over the last month or so since you were up here. We've welcomed some new employee owners to the group. In North Dakota and in Iowa, and just supporting the organic growth we've been experiencing and new locations that we've been opening. That number of associates has grown by about 100. So 961 is the right number. Thanks, Paul, for mentioning that.
All right. So I'll make a mental note of that going forward. Okay, you guys. So thank you. Guys, and I really do, and I absolutely love your story. I love the employee-owned story. I think we talk about that in the film. And talk about the importance of it. I love the diversity of the products that touches so many aspects of the local communities and different types of contractors and families, which I think really adds to this noble calling that I see in distribution. And guys, one of the things that I'm really pulled in to DSG is the hard work that I know that you've done in the last 12, 18 to 24 months, you know, going back and asking, I call these the guiding ideas, right? Your vision, your purpose, your mission, and the like. And I know that you are so purpose driven. And I'd love for you to just speak to me about the vision of the company that I am pulled into that talks about building futures one job at a time. Can you just tell me about that vision of the organization?
You bet, Dirk. And you're right. We have spent a lot of time. So, 4 years ago, we kind of started down this journey of building out the foundation of the company and reinforcing the infrastructure. And then the next phase was really about bringing purpose to the work we're doing. And through our vision, building futures one job at a time, I think that really personifies who we are and what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And if you think about just that term, building futures one job at a time, it's building people, it's building communities, it's everything that we do is helping support a customer in a project down the line. So I think it really just encapsulates everything that we do.
Yeah.
Mike?
Michael?
Yeah, we talk about how diverse we are, and you look at all of the things that we're so blessed to have in the areas we live in, with running water and clean water and wastewater plants and high-speed internet and electricity at the flip of a switch. And sometimes we take those things for granted. But that's all the things we do, from powering buildings to helping enable automation and oil and gas delivery and exploration, to ensuring that there's clean water from the treatment plant coming into homes, and the wastewater is going back to the other plant, right? So all those things we do, and hey, even keeping high-speed internet, alive and well as we've worked through a pandemic from home, that's becoming an ever greater need for more and more homes and buildings across the U.S. So we really feel that we're a key component of building that future. And it really happens one job at a time. We treat every single job one job at a time, making sure we're enabling that type of growth in our communities.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you, both of you. And then, let me look at the purpose: to serve fellow employee owners, our partners and communities toward building a better America. You guys, I think again in this film that we're going to premiere in just a little bit, we're going to see your commitment. My heart is full. My mind is blown away at your investment in your people, if you will, and the commitment to growth. And then towards, let me put up again, towards building a better America. And Mike, that really to me ties into what you were saying too about the diversity and the importance of this. And it's all part of, isn't it, this bigger calling that we all have in this country called America, the United States of America. You guys are committed to building a better America. Mike, can you just help me connect those as well?
Yeah, absolutely. We're living in a fast changing environment of how people work, where people live, how we enjoy each other's presence in the community. And the pandemic has really turned that on its head. And we feel that as we are a part of what that better America starts to look like through new investments in technology, new investments in infrastructure, new investments in community spaces where people really get to thrive. Everything we do is a part of enabling building that better America. And we're extremely proud of it. And we want to be on that leading edge of helping bring those solutions to the market.
I love it. Thank you, Paul.
Dirk, just another key thing, and I think it's probably the most important word in that purpose, is the word serve.
Yes.
To serve fellow employee owners, our partners and community. So we really feel, that our purpose is to serve our employee owners in building their careers, serving our communities in building thriving communities and supporting those both with the work that we're doing, but also these are the places that our employees live and work every day. And we want to make sure that they're building and helping build those communities. And then finally, our customers, in ensuring that we're serving our customers, because we're not successful until they're successful.
You betcha. And Paul, it's almost like we rehearsed this, which we haven't, but putting that emphasis on the word serve. Last week we were together out in Denver. AD, the buying group that you were with, there were 350 people in that ballroom when I, opened up the meeting with my presentation. But then later on, as that week went on, I know that DSG, because of this commitment to serving that you talk about, was brought up on stage, and there's Chris meeting Bill Weisberg up on stage, where DSG had earned the Giving Back Award, which I know is very important to AD as a company that serves itself. And so can you just tell me about what, because I think it's kind of fun, the bicycles, that you all did. And can you tell us about what led up to you guys earning this award and what it means to DSG?
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about maybe what it means. Then I'm going to let Mike talk about what led up to it and
Awesome.
really the nuts and bolts of it, because he played a huge part in making that happen.
Beautiful.
Of all of the awards, the possible awards at AD, to me, this is the one that is the most meaningful to DSG, and I think it's a really important award for AD. But I couldn't be more proud of DSG being represented in this way and being recognized in this way. What a exhilarating feeling to see kind of all of the work that we do in serving others, kind of manifest itself in this award. So it was really, really exciting. But I think the more impactful piece was internally, and I'll let Mike talk a little bit about how that came together and how we used it as an opportunity to engage our employee owners.
Love it.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. So this was just last December. We host an annual managers meeting every year where we have around 100 to 120 leaders across the entire organization come together here in Minneapolis. And half of our day, we were together for a day and a half. And the second day, that full half day, we partnered with Together We Rise, which is an organization that helped us facilitate a bike build experience for all of our leaders. And these bikes were donated to a local foster home
Fantastic.
organization. And this happened in December. So that's around December 5th when we built the bikes.
Yeah.
And we did it as a team building event. It was competitive. It was kind of a tournament style bracket. Teams of 3 were competing on with some challenges and some curveballs thrown at them on that made the bike build a little more difficult. But it brought together the team so strong toward a common purpose around serving our communities. And the outpouring of gratitude from our entire leadership team was just overwhelming. And then the outpouring of gratitude. And when you load up a DSG truck with over 100 bikes that have been assembled, and you meet with the local foster care organization, they've never seen anything like that before, just in time for the holidays. And most foster children don't get a new bike. They usually get a used bike or a hand-me-down bike. So to see the looks on those faces was something we're going to remember forever.
That's awesome. Mike and Paul, and thank you so much for sharing that. And, these are the types of stories and everything we've been talking about for the last 10 minutes. These are the types of stories, I think, at the core of We Supply America, right? The noble calling of distribution. And I think there's so many different layers to that noble calling. And I think DSG your story touches every one of those layers. And I just think it's fantastic. And that leads us up to, guys, do you mind? Can we premiere your film? Okay.
Let's do it. We've been waiting.
All right, guys. So thank you so much. So everybody, that introduction to DSG, as I say, man, it just epitomizes what we're trying to do at Unleash WD, champion the noble calling distribution. And I am thrilled. I'm honored to introduce to you our 4th film this year featuring the great people of Dakota Supply Group, DSG. And here it is. Enjoy. In a post-pandemic world, leadership is being redefined. Forces outside of our control and forces within our businesses are calling us to be different leaders than we were going into the pandemic. Both new and veteran leaders throughout distribution are showing the way forward. These leaders are the noble generation. These leaders we need to meet. This is We Supply America, Season 2. Mr. Kennedy.
Dirk,
How you doing, young
I'm
man?
great, my friend. How are you?
I am great. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you.
We're going to go through the warehouse later today, all the different products, the different segments that you have.
Yep.
Just give me a little feel for, what comes out of this warehouse, who it touches, and how it just moves the economy forward.
So, out of this location, we're supporting plumbing, HVAC, electrical, waterworks, telecommunications, utility. What else? I'm sure I'm missing something. On-site sewer, water, and well. And those are contractors, and those are jobs, and those are communities that that we're driving forward. If we think about coming out of the pandemic and how we're more human-centric, and purpose-driven, I think that really solidified that there's more to this than just what's the bottom line. It's really about how do we build lives, how do we build careers, and drive that forward. So I think about our purpose of building futures, but also driving growth, but not just for the single purpose of growth, but that growth drives opportunities for our employee owners, for them to continue to grow their careers, find more rewarding, personal and professional satisfaction. And I think the intersection between personal development and professional development continue to come together and are even more so important today than they've ever been.
To help the individual build their future, seize the opportunities in front of them, I find that inspiring. I find it noble as hell, but I find it inspiring as hell too. And what a calling for a business.
Absolutely.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Good to see you.
You too.
You too.
All right, Dirk, we can come back here. This is kind of the working real-life setting of our 10,000-foot customer showroom we have here in Plymouth, but it's a cool area where you got funky faucets and everything, but they all work.
I think we can come back here and cook a meal later today.
That's next.
That's
Bam.
next. All right, thanks. So, Jason, kid, I understand that you are a third-generation employee here at DSG. Tell me that.
So third-generation employee, second-generation employee owner.
Yeah, so what does this ESOP mean? Employee Stock Ownership Plan, right?
Yeah, so we've been employee owned since 1991.
Okay.
At that time, there was about 35 of our previous or current employees at the time that cashed in their 401k investments and they bought the company back. So they really leveraged everything they'd worked on. So many of us owe it to a lot of those people that took that risk, and then those people, blood, sweat, and tears of a lot of years, and now we got, 850 people currently that are taking part in reaping those benefits. But the risk they took provided, generational wealth, and that's not for a family. That's not, like you said, to a billionaire. That's to, the day-to-day working American that comes every day and clocks in and clocks out and works their butt off to succeed and help the company succeed.
It's more than just a job. We are here because our communities need us. I could do what I do lots of other places, but I wouldn't want to because of the culture that we have, that we're in it together and we're just, pushing each other along the way.
What about the ESOP? Does the ESOP mean anything to you?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
I'm a part of the ESOP committee,
Oh,
so
okay.
it better.
It better.
It better. Our opinions are valued
Yeah.
at DSG. It's not just, sitting at your desk checking the boxes to do your job. It's noticing things that can help the job be more efficient, be more successful, how what you do can impact another department, how another department can impact something in the warehouse. And it's being able to see those things and bring ideas to the table. We own our own success. DSG is successful because of all of us.
Right.
It's not just, our executive team sitting in a boardroom making decisions.
I have a statement that I say, companies don't change, transform, or innovate. People do. And that's what you're saying, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Company
Absolutely.
can't do a thing.
Yeah.
It's the individuals.
It's the individual. We all need to be making decisions like we are the CEOs of the company. We own the company.
Yeah.
So we better.
Better.
That's how it's going to be successful. Yeah.
So what's it like representing a company that is so diverse in terms of the impact that you have for your customers and for the communities and the like?
I think about it, you have electricity that comes into homes, you have the electrical in the home, you have water that comes through, through the water treatment plants, and sewage, and so we kind of cover the whole gamut, and it's pretty exciting.
When I talk about the noble calling of distribution, what you guys do, it's important as hell.
Yeah, it's, when you look at it that way, just for instance, we just recently had some bad storms in North Dakota.
Okay.
And a bunch of utility customers had poles down everywhere, and half the state without power. And so obviously, that's a big deal, right? It affects a lot of people's lives and impacts a lot of different things. And the exciting part was our team jumped to action right away. Sunday evening, we got a call from one of our customers, things are down everywhere. And
Sunday evening.
Yep. And guys just jumped on board. We met at the office, put together a plan for our team, and executed that plan, and had a truck on the road by 4 a.m. that Monday.
How does that make you feel, working for a company that has a culture where people do that?
That's the benefit of an ESOP, right?
Yeah.
So everybody cares, and so it makes it exciting because the customer is going to get taken care of, because everybody from the top to the bottom cares about their success. And so it's a group effort. It wasn't me, it wasn't the account manager coming in and having to do everything. It was a team coming in.
And they all raised their hands and said, yeah, we'll make this happen.
Yeah, we got the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the customer came back and said, you got a customer for life.
I think we're all blessed to live in a place where we do have running water, we do have lights, we do have electricity. It's not possible without the people, putting the work into making it work, though.
You mentioned the ESOP program. When you see what DSG has to offer you, not just today, but for the long term, how would you define that?
One of the biggest pros of joining DSG was that long-term sense of ownership with the company, right? Everyone across the board, no matter what level you're at, equal playing field. We all have a sense of ownership in how we do best for the customer, do best for each other, and do best for who we're going back to at the end of the day, our families, right?
Darn right.
So when I thought of DSG, this is going to be a super, it's not the new and shiny thing. It's actually been around for a long time, which is also pretty exciting. But the longevity of what it's going to continue to build for everyone, seeing new generations of people coming in, everyone needs a good home to go back to at the end of the day. Commercial needs an engaging place for people to show up to work at.
Yep.
I think it all comes
You
from
guys
here.
provide it. You guys provide it.
Right. We're a silent giant. I want people to feel pride in the world they live in, with the industries they serve, and make sure that people feel connected to their communities and say, like, oh my gosh, the work that I'm doing here is enabling all these jobs.
It's pretty cool walking the warehouses of distribution across this country, because the ability to supply America, the ability to buy in bulk, break that bulk down, and then pick, pack, and ship it to ensure that the right product is at the right place at the right time, by the way, at the right price, truly, in my mind, is a marvel. And all that you see in here is truly a mechanism and a means that these noble businesses utilize to help individuals fulfill their potential. I don't see the product on the shelf. What I see here at DSG is that this business is a platform for the professional and personal growth of people.
Yep.
And it sounds like that's what you are absolutely not only building into the culture, but you're, poor word, institutionalizing.
Well, it's the guiding star, right?
It's the guiding star.
It is. It's the lighthouse. You have to know that if you do not have these amazing people,
Yeah,
what do we have?
Yeah.
We invest.
in our people.
Absolutely. We have to meet them where they are. We've always talked about this.
Yeah.
We've always talked about meeting our customers where they are.
Yeah.
With innovation.
Yep.
Are we sure we know, what our customers need and what they need at that time? We need to know where our people are. The pandemic in of itself.
Yeah.
Every single person, when they went through it, they all have their own individual stories of tragedy and how hard it was, and and losing actual control.
Yeah,
and then
losing
really-
control, yes.
Exactly, and level setting what what's important. What's important?
You talked about innovation for the customer and all that.
Yeah.
In my book, Innovate, I define innovation with the statement, leading customers to a better future.
Yep.
For which they're willing and capable of rewarding you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I think what I'm hearing you say is this shift that's taking place.
Yeah.
And this commitment
Yes.
at DSG
Absolutely.
to your people.
Yes.
Is that our job in terms of innovation there is to lead them to a better future
Absolutely.
for which they're willing to reward you by being here long,
Yep.
right?
Tenure.
Tenured,
Yep.
committed,
Yep.
and producing for them and all other employee owners. Is
And that's exactly it. It's
Yeah.
not only professional development.
Yeah.
It also ties into personal development.
okay? You talk about the whole person.
I do.
Yeah, right?
I do.
So personal, professional. So
Yeah.
what does it mean focusing on the whole person?
I think when we look at even our total rewards package,
Okay.
our benefits package,
Yeah.
we are consistently strategizing to understand, are we really, again, looking at every single person in every single role and knowing, do they have the opportunity to have all the benefits that allow them to be successful,
And to
right?
thrive.
Exactly.
Hey, how you doing?
Rich, I am well, my man. Let me ask, you've been with this company
For 24 years.
24 years.
Yes, I have.
When we met last year, I asked, what's kept you here for 24 years? And your response to me was, I love what I do.
Same thing.
And yep. And then you said, because Clark and a couple other managers were there, you said to me, I love what I do. And then you said, and they love what I do too.
Absolutely.
Do you feel valued here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, what does that feel like?
Like I'm part of the crew. I'm a family member.
What does that mean to you that you've got a stake in this place?
It means that I came a long way to be a part of a writing on the wall. Like Rich Martin is the owner of this place now, somewhat. Yeah.
Pretty damn cool when you think about it.
It's real. See, you cussing, I can't
Sorry,
do that.
sorry. Pretty darn cool, isn't it?
It's wonderful. But I got a stick in here now. I can come like, this is my world. Yeah, this is my world. Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right.
Go do your thing in your world, all right?
Think about world.
I really believe there's a shift taking place relative to how we lead going forward. And at the core of that shift is this people centricity, this putting people first, this meeting our employees where they are at. And at DSG, that comes out loud and clear. The commitment that this organization has to their employee owners is truly something that I think we can all and need to learn from. Congratulations, not to the 6 of you, to the 870
Absolutely.
of you, right, that are making this engine happen. So 31 years of ESOP, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean to y'all in terms of what this ESOP foundation provides for the employees of the company?
You know, whatever we're doing is driving towards a better tomorrow for everybody. And it's, you know, it's our employee owners, them being just really vested into our vision.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, continuing to drive that forward together.
You're being rewarded for your efforts, and all of that hard work is coming back to you. Not to some other owners, but to each of you. And that's pretty energizing.
Shared purpose, within, we're all owners, we're all in it together.
Yeah.
Right. So not only long-term as far as wealth building, but it's camaraderie together.
Those are the same people, our customers and community members, the same people we're going to church with and at the post office with and at the Little League game and all of that. So helping to, create that community locally and be part of it, I think that speaks to just that long-term vision that we have. We're going to be around another 124 years, and we want to make sure the communities we serve are around for another 124 years too. 1898 is when DSG was founded, and you think of, a couple of world wars, you think of depression, recessions, you think of the global pandemic, you think of all that, and still we survived. We thrived.
Yeah.
So, as I think about that, I take a lot of comfort knowing that, while we're blazing new and different trails today, we had leaders years ago blazing new trails in their time.
Yeah.
Courage got us to where we are today. Courage can get us to where we're going tomorrow. So just having that level of confidence. Sure. But also, we are 100% aligned on our vision, our focus. Great. And as we think about that, and if you have an aligned vision, and you have a group of people who are following that aligned vision, that gives you a lot of confidence and courage to continue to move ahead. And so I'm just so incredibly optimistic about our future and so incredibly proud to be part of their team.
I love the genuine passion, yes, for this company.
I know.
But for the people of this company. I just truly believe we're at an inflection point.
Absolutely.
Again, because of the pandemic and other forces, we're at an inflection point, and an awareness is just shining a light that says, if it's not about our people, what is it about? So I have to tell you, what's going through my mind in this moment is that I've got the most amazing job and opportunity to be able to go and tell these stories. For me, the pandemic started at 10 a.m. Friday, March 13th, 2020. And we looked and said, what are we going to do? And we thought that, there was 4 things that we could do. We could provide inspiration, insight, connectedness, and a hug now and then. And as I think about it, I think we collectively, we still all need those things. And man, that story I just saw, the people we just learned from, we're connected with in that film. Man, I'm inspired by what I heard. There are so many lessons that we can take into our own businesses. And I am connected deeper to the world of distribution, to the individuals when I hear these stories and the storytelling. And yes, I do want to reach through the screen right now and hug Paul and Mike for giving us the opportunity to tell that story. Guys, I loved it. And again, thank you for trusting us to tell your story. I'd love your initial reactions of us telling the DSG story from the We Supply America perspective. Paul?
Wow.
Yeah, good.
Wow.
Good. Good.
I think you captured DSG. And as I'm going to start my comments with the last thing you said, and I wrote it down here. If it's not for our people, then what's it about? And, as I kind of replay the episode and think about those words, you heard a lot about it is about the people. And I think that's why we're different. And that's why it's really so cool. As I listened to Jace talk about the 35 people that back in 1991 invested their life savings and had the courage to do that, to set us on the path of being employee owned. And then you heard Kristen talk about employee ownership, and Rich. I love Rich saying, "Hey, my name's on the wall." And I'll live in Rich's world any day of the week. You won't find a more dedicated employee owner than that. So just really, really energized and excited about everything I heard and saw. I thought you did a fabulous job of capturing the essence of what DSG is and what we're trying to create, from an employee-owned culture.
Thank you, man. And as you know, I've got to give a shout out to my team. Jordan, our filmmaker, Josh was on site filming as well, and Bethany, who helped produce this. So I'm so glad to hear that, Paul. Thank you. Thanks. Mike, your initial thoughts, bud?
Yeah, I tell you, it was, we did a lot of takes and you had a lot of content to work with, and to see it all come together, it's as exciting as it is, it's quite humbling as well, to see what DSG means to our employee owners and hear it come from their heart, of what the ESOP means beyond just the wealth building of it, at every individual level, the camaraderie, the team building, the care that we have collectively about each other, about our customers, and about serving our communities. That really came through in this episode, and I'm incredibly humbled and grateful that you worked with us and chose us to help tell our story.
Thanks. I hope I can do this thing. And guys, I'm thinking about it as I'm listening to you, as I'm mentally playing back, the film. I'm going to go back to these guiding ideas, building futures one job at a time, serving fellow employees, partners, communities towards building a better America. And guys, that all came out, didn't it? I mean, so how many companies have guiding ideas, visions, and purposes up on a wall? But when you go and you meet the employees, it's just a job to them. And we really did see something different here, didn't we? And again, one of my favorite parts, Paul, you alluded to it, was Rich, right? When he said his name's on the wall, and then he steps forward, he says, "I'm going to step into my world," man. I think it says so much to you guys. Mike, did you like that part as much as I did?
Oh man, when he stepped, and it wasn't just what he said, it was how he said that. I mean, you could see the pride and spirit of ownership of what he calls his world, right? And I believe all employees here feel that, because they do all own it, right? It is all of our world, and we're sharing it together.
Yeah, you bet. I love it. Guys, another one, and it was Cole. When I talked to Cole. And it's not in there. So let me just, I'm going to go back. This was a couple of months ago that we filmed this, right? But when I met Cole, some things I remember about Cole was that he's relatively new to DSG. He's young, as we can tell. He's in the first quarter of his career. I believe he's a theater major. Do I got that right? I believe he's a theater major. And before coming to DSG, he was working in a sexy, innovative business of biotech. And he decided to come and join DSG. And man, when I heard all that in that moment, He wasn't scheduled. I wasn't scheduled to interview him, right? But when I heard that, I said, let's have this conversation. And guys, when you see the Coles of the world, everything I just say, you know, leave the sexiness of an innovative biotech company, if you will, and step into the world of DSG. What does that mean to you? What does that say to you, Paul?
Yeah, so as I think about Cole, so Cole joined us not that long ago, and he is our employee number one in our internal communications team. So he is learning the story and then learning to tell the story as we go, which I think is so exciting. And the thing that struck me that he said, I think he used the term silent giant.
Yes.
And you know, when I think of that term, and Dirk, this is something you've been doing for the last 2 years, is bringing visibility and purpose to what we do as an organization, as a industry in distribution. So I just thought that was so cool, that connection between, those, because we talk about building communities, but, it's that house that got built and the products that we deliver are in that house and are providing power, safe power, and clean water and comfort through HVAC.
You bet. Thank you. And Mike is the COO, right? Who's got to make this ship work, right? With the team and all that. When you see the Coles of the world being, excited to come and join your team to make this thing operate, this ship operate, what does that mean to you, bud, as the COO?
It's most importantly for a new employee owner like Cole, who's that next generation of what we're looking for at DSG. I always tell myself it wasn't that long ago I was the young guy, but that ship has sailed, and it is so energizing to start to see the new generation of folks coming into the company, energized about the company. Believing in the story and the vision of where the company is going to go, because we still have employee owners from the original 1991 when we became an ESOP, people who have been here 45 years, and they have that energy because they've experienced it. And now we're starting to see the next generation come into the company and start to build on that energy for the next generation of growth. So it's really exciting to see people like Cole and hundreds of others who have joined the company recently, bringing that same level of energy, enthusiasm, and commitment to DSG.
I love it. Thank you. And Mike, let me build upon that by going back to something Paul said right as we came out of the film, and he referred to, how I ended the film. If it's not about people, what is it about, right? And guys, I want you to know, and I want our listeners to know, I call those my riffs, right? And those riffs happen in real time, in the moment, and I'm speaking from my heart, from everything that I was exposed to in that moment, in that day with DSG. And so it's from all those interactions I had that day with your people that it just talked to me, that said, if it's not about the people, what is it about? I voiced what I saw at DSG. And so let's take that, let's tie it to Cole, new young individuals and veterans alike, but new young individuals, who are dreamers, right? And they have aspirations. They want, different things in life, right? And you guys are committed to that whole individual, as Melissa said. Mike, can you just one more time talk to us about this commitment to the individual at DSG?
Yeah, the phrase "people-centric" comes to mind, and it's the first phrase in our mission statement. And Melissa really talked about it well. So many times in our industry, especially in the world of digital and whatnot, we're always talking about meeting the customer where they want to be met. And I think our industry is really starting to shift toward meeting the employee and the individual and the person where they want to and where they need to be met. Folks like Cole and anyone else joining a company like us, they have choices, and they have more choices than ever in a post-pandemic world as the work from home environment has grown. Actually, we've taken advantage of that. We have associates employee owners working all over the country in roles that don't have to be in an office, in a building, in our footprint.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that shifting our style and really focusing in on people centricity and creating a great environment, a great workplace, and doing the things. The ESOP is just the first part of it. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We have to lead as a people-centric organization. We have to care about everyone, not just from a leadership perspective, but from a peer perspective throughout the whole company, and really embrace this collective ownership of our purpose and what we want to accomplish. I think it really resonates as we're recruiting and retaining our current employee owners. It's really become a powerful thing for us.
And Mike, if you don't mind, I see why it's resonating, because it is not just words on paper. It's not just words. You guys are actually living it, investing, doing what's needed, doing the hard work, right? Because how many employees, Mike? One more time. How many employees?
961.
Okay, so treating 961 individuals as individuals, right? In the midst of being part of a team, right? In this family, it's not easy. It's not easy to do. And your commitment to actually do the hard work is absolutely comes out loud and clear. Paul, anything to add on that whole people centricity?
Well, I think back to the total person commentary that Mike talked about and Melissa talked about as well, and ensuring that people can be their best self at home, make sure that they can be their best self at work. So we spend a lot of time, trying to make sure that we're providing all the opportunities for them to be their best self at home as well, and that allows them. And that's where I think the personal and professional intersect, and that interdependency is really the employee owner of the future for us.
Yeah, I love it. Guys, again, what's going through my mind right now is I feel so honored and blessed to be able to come to DSG and hear these stories and work with Jordan and Josh and Bethany to put these stories together, to further distribution, of course, right? To ensure distribution is the channel of choice, of course. But as you all are talking about, it's so much more important and deeper than that, right? From the individual level up to our society level and everything in between. And so from the bottom of my heart, thank you. The last question I have for you guys is, your employees are going to be seeing this for the very first time now as they just got done watching it and the like. What's your greatest hope? What's your greatest hope that this film does, both internally and externally? Mike, I'll start with you first. Okay, bud?
Sounds great. My hope of being able to partner with you, Dirk, and your team and put our story together is really twofold. So when I look at our employee owners that are watching this, my message to all of you is, believe in what we're doing in our purpose, right? We are doing more than just shipping a product to a job site. We truly are building futures for all of us, for our families, and for our communities, and for our partners. That's our customers and our manufacturing partners that we represent. We are an enabler of building the future. And that's a purpose I think we all can rally around, and something that we can really thrive upon.
Sign me up, man. Thanks, Mike. Paul?
I love it. An enabler. We're
me
enablers.
too.
That's awesome. And I think you captured it well there. And Dirk, again, I couldn't be prouder to have you come join us and tell our story. And again, just really, really happy and pleased with the end result. And thanks to Jordan and to Josh and to Bethany, who's working tirelessly behind the scenes, I know. The thing I will say is, from an internal perspective, I hope our employee owners watch this and have the same pride that I'm feeling right now after hearing our story told, right? And hearing about, this purpose that's greater than profit. It's greater than, and I talked about it, growth just for the sake of growth. It's really about providing opportunities. And so my hope is internally, that's what we, that's the feeling that our employee owners walk away with after watching this film. And the other thing I hope they know, and I tell them this a lot, that just how proud I am of them and how proud I am to be part of their team, which really is really important to me. And then externally, I think it's, my hope is that for employees that want to come join us, great. It's going to be a great recruiting video, I think. And then beyond that, for other leaders who are looking for ways to continue to drive change in their organization, knowing that there are different ways to do it and different ways to get to the same results. And putting people first, I think, is serving us well and is going to serve us well into the future.
Without question. Paul, Michael, thank you so very, very much. I look forward to staying in touch to see what impact the film has, as you say, internally and externally. We're championing the noble calling of distribution. And as I say, I don't know a better company that I would have liked to profile as we did here. So thank you for what you do. And thank you for keeping America supplied with so much, guys. Thank you. And enjoy getting this to your people, okay?
Thanks, Dirk. Take care.
You bet.
Thank you, Dirk.
Be well, you guys. Be well. So there you have it, you guys. Week number 4 of We Supply America, featuring Dakota Supply Group, DSG. I want to tell you something. I'm literally feeling like I am on cloud 9 right now, just listening to Mike and listening to Paul and watching that film, seeing the importance of business, seeing the importance of distribution, seeing the importance of people serving people and serving the greater good. And that's absolutely what DSG is all about. So you can go to watch this on demand at wesupplyamerica.net. You can go to the website and see the story about We Supply America. You see up there on the menu where it says featured films, you can go and click that. There's season 1 and season 2. Go ahead and click season 2 and you'll be driven to a menu where you can get right to the episode that we just saw and watch that. And then also, please, 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 don't forget, we didn't have the time today to talk about it, but there's a bonus interview where I spend maybe 45 minutes with Paul Kennedy talking more about everything else. And again, all of that is available to you at wesupplyamerica.net. Find that inspiration, get your people together, find the insights from it, talk about how you can lift and shift it. What do these stories mean in terms of connection to you and your organization? And they truly are great, great learning tools. So here is our schedule for, well, what did just happen? There we go. Sorry. Here is our schedule for the rest of the year. We're halfway through season 2. Next week, we have an opportunity to profile C.H. Briggs. Real quick story for those of you watching. Right before this, the chairwoman and CEO of C.H. Briggs, Julia Klein, right now is in Morocco. She is about ready to climb the Atlas Mountains, and she's not going to be here with us next Thursday. So from Morocco, I just interviewed her for about 10 minutes about her, and it's just a fantastic story. And then after that, Jekyll Distributors, Easton Industrial, L&R Distributors. You guys, we have an amazing 4 weeks in front of us. So please continue to follow us on LinkedIn. As I mentioned to you, we've gotten over 1 million social engagements on LinkedIn with this We Supply America. I think Paul and Mike both talked about it, about the importance of sharing these stories wide and deep throughout distribution and beyond as we champion it. And thank you for helping us do that with over 1 million social interactions, and there's a lot more to come. So there you have it, everybody. Week number 4. Thanks for bearing with us as Hurricane Ian is bearing down on us. And I'm so glad that we got this in. One more time, Mike and Paul, thank you for coming in with us. And until next week, we'll see you online and keep, as you are doing, supplying America. Thanks, everybody.